chyba monster. O, Wait, is this a...
There's no more train tonight, you know.
I'm not waiting.
Where did you spring from then? Have you been drinking? The station has no place for drinking, either trains or no trains. Now you better move along or I'll have to call the police constable down here.
I've hurt my leg a bit, that's all.
So what? I haven't seen you around here before. You jumped from the train? Oh no, that's a serious matter. I'm gonna have to call the police, yes.
No, please, let me explain.
You talk funny.
I am Ukrainian. I am an officer in the White Guard.
Ukrainian? White Guard?
Yes.
Well, that's King George.
He's given me this medal.
That doesn't look very much like you.
It's me. Let me explain. I grew up riding horses with the best horsemen in France and Italy. We won King Edward's Cup in 1911 and took the part in the Olympics in 1912.
Who's we?
Me and Chestnut Prince, my horse. But I haven't seen him for 2 years now, not since the Bolshevik Revolution. I was here in the UK to ask UK government for help to defeat the Bolsheviks. But your government was too busy with the war. And now I'm here again. And you're our last hope.
Me?
I mean, your government.
Oh.
Those 2 men on the train were Bolshevik spies. I had to jump off.
Well, that's quite a story. What do you propose to do now?
Make contact with someone in your government and ask for help. But right now I need a place to hide.
Have you got any money?
On the train?
Well, unfortunately, my cottage is already full, what with me, my wife, my daughter-in-law, and her 3 little ones. I have to escape the bedlam myself sometimes. But now there's an idea. There's a cottage, belongs to a London family at the end of the track. The wife comes up here in the summer to do painting. That's Mrs. Morgan. She's the artsy one. But nobody ever comes here in the winter. There's a cot and a camp stove. Yes, I think Mrs. Morgan wouldn't mind at all of you coming up there. She's got a good heart. I can tell you some stories about the trouble that she and her brother used to get up to when they were younger. There was one time there was a tree that fell across the track. Yes, it was a dark and stormy night. They were just well, you should go lie down. Yes, come on. We can talk later. Back here.
Yes, you there. I want to report an incident on the train. Oh, sorry to interrupt your little Christmas celebration, but it might be important. I saw a man jump from the train. Well, I don't know. I just saw him land on the snow beside the track. Oh, the 4 o'clock Ramsgate to Charing Cross. But I'm telling you. How could I have told anybody else? I was in one of those silly carriages with no corridor. It's hardly a laughing matter. He might have hurt himself. It was getting dark. Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, I am Mrs. Nesbit, the writer. Yes, that's right. I can assure you, this has got nothing to do with my imagination. I did see a man and he did jump from the train. The police. But I'm telling you, aren't you responsible for what happens on the railways? Well, really. Merry Christmas to you, too.
Hang on, children. I haven't even taken off my hat and coat.
We know you. If we let you do that, you'll sneak up to your study and start reading the paper and we'll never get a story.
You did promise it, Daddy.
Look, I'll tell you a story as soon as I get in from work tomorrow.
That's what you said yesterday.
And the day before that. And the day before that.
What if your mother needs some help before dinner?
Mother has a cook and 2 servants and she doesn't know where the kitchen is.
Don't try to get out of it. You promised us a Christmas story.
It's not Christmas yet.
It's Christmas Eve the day after tomorrow.
Come on, Dad. Christmas comes and goes so fast. We have to make the most of it. And that means getting into the mood nice and early with one of your stories.
Oh, all right. Once, a father cat was coming home to his 3 little kittens. As soon as he got there, they rushed at him and started jumping and shouting, begging him for some food.
Give us food! Give us food!
Calm down, little kittens, said Father Cat. He was quite tired, but happy that he had found something to eat for his little ones. Yes, he was at the old railway station, and there was a Christmas party there and a lot of leftover food. Now there was some lovely roasted chicken, but kittens don't like chicken, do they?
We do!
Anyway, also, there was some juicy baked potatoes. Kittens won't eat potatoes either.
No, they do!
Well, other than that, there were some lovely sugar-coated chocolate fruit buns. But that has far too much sugar in it for little kittens.
Jeffrey? Mother, please don't interrupt. That's nearly finished.
Jeffrey.
Do you need some help?
No, finish the story.
Jeffrey, there are some people here looking for you.
Oh, I see.
Okay, let's sing ourselves. Let's sing and end in ourselves.
We know the ending. Father Cat finds a big box with food and brings it at home, and they have a nice Christmas Eve.
I think I heard the front door. They've gone already.
There's a police wagon.
What?
Come along, children. Your dinner is ready.
But where is Dad?
I'm afraid he had to go with the gentleman who came here.
Why? And when will he come back?
Just come for your dinner. Come along.
You're not even trying.
I don't feel like trying. That was the worst train journey I've ever had.
It wasn't so bad. It wasn't very nice. We can't afford first class now. We have to get used to being poor.
Well, I don't want to get used to it.
Tell me a story.
Once upon a time, there was a family.
A happy rich family.
Yes, a happy rich... Well, they were not rich, but not poor. They had a nice house in London and everything they needed. And
That's right.
yeah, right. So, as I was saying, they had everything they needed and 3 servants. There were 3 children in the family.
Their names were Dorothy, Emma, and Catherine, right?
Right. They were super clever and ever so brave, and they decided to find the real criminals. When one day the money ran out and they had to live in some dump in the middle of nowhere.
Dirty.
Hey, what are you doing? Throwing stuff on the station platform.
We're waiting for our mother to help us with our...
Well, find somewhere else to wait because the train from London is coming and it's coming soon. Now be off with you.
Wait, let's watch the train coming
But
through.
the man said,
Let's wait to the passengers.
the woman waved back. Did you see her?
Hey, I told you to move off. Now what the? Yeah. Ah.
I don't suppose it's very comfortable in the cottage at this time of year, but I'm sure you'll make the most of it. Now, to help you get through the long winter evening, here's a little story. The 3 little kittens were heading to the old railway station to see whether there had been any more Christmas parties and leftover food. There wasn't any, and they were quite disappointed. But at the station, on the platform, there was a large goods train with big wooden crates and sliding doors. They climbed into one and started looking around when the door suddenly slammed shut and they were trapped. The train started moving, they were very scared and they huddled together and waited until the train finally came to a stop. As soon as the door opened, they rushed out and they were now in a new place that they didn't recognize. So they went down the railway until they reached a small cottage with the door open. They peeked inside and smelled something delicious. They followed the smell to the kitchen, and there, on a small table, was a large pile of amazing food. They filled themselves up, and when they couldn't have any more, they went out into the hall where there was a lit fireplace. They lay down beside it, and all 3 of them went to sleep.
Look up, Emma. I can't see your face.
I'm cold.
Well, put some more clothes on.
I've got all my clothes now.
The water in the kettle should be hot now. Pour some tea. Oh no, don't move. It was going so nicely.
But why are you sketching us?
We must look awful in this dump.
It was a letter for your father. To send him with my next letter.
When will that come?
I don't know, darling. I hope soon. They will discover their mistake soon, and then we will all be together again.
And what if they don't discover their mistakes? That we'll never get out of prison and we will always live in this dump in the middle of nowhere.
You know, this place is lovely in summer.
Well, it's not lovely now.
The spring will be here soon. And then you will have all kinds of adventures.
Really?
Well, my brother and I did when we were your age.
What
What kind of adventures?
Well, there was a time when a tree fell onto the track just outside our house. It was a bright, shiny day. I can see it now. We were walking along the track together with my brother, and then we heard this terrible, scary noise. We looked up and saw a tree moving towards the track. We were petrified at first. It was really scary. My brother came to his senses first. He checked his watch, and we realized that the London train is going to be here soon. We had to do something. We had to do something really fast. So I remembered that I had some red pantaloons on. I took them off and started to wave to the train, to wave to it. The people saw me and the train stopped. So no one was hurt. There is a
Mother!
What is it, darling?
There is a monster outside!
Bertie, have you been scaring your sister with these stories about silly monsters again?
We have to entertain ourselves somehow.
Well, that's not kind. Your sister is only young. Please, tell her nice stories next time.
I don't know any, and I'm not likely to learn any. I had enough of this horrid life, and I'm going to search for a better one.
She gets lost.
Well, make sure that the fire doesn't go out.
But how I am supposed to keep it going with only a few twigs? Oh, come on, let's do rosebuds that will keep us warm. Row, row, rosebud, gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 gently in the stream. Row, row, rosebud, gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream. Ah! What's that?
Don't just stand there!
What's that?
Help me! Coal.
Where did you get it?
It's coal, and it will keep this place warm.
She got it from the Central Railway Station. That's where she got it. And you can take it right back there. And then we'll talk to the police constable. We can't have you ruffians around here thieving things. And then we'll talk to Mrs. Morgan and see what she has to say about you breaking into her summer cottage.
But she's our mother.
And I'm King George. Let's get this coal back to the
Mr. Donaldson? Children!
Mrs. Morgan, I see you're in a very tough situation, but stealing from the Central Railway is a serious matter.
I don't know what came over Bertie.
Perhaps Bertie could do some odd jobs down at the station.
What?
We could consider that she has earned the coal. She might even like the excitement of train life. There are a good many stories that could be told about it. For instance, there was one time when the train was going down the track and a tree fell and blocked the track. It was a dark and stormy night.
You mean a bright, shiny day. We've heard that story.
I'm sure Mr. Donaldson can tell it much better than I do.
No, I can tell when folk aren't interested. Don't worry. I have to get back to the station and I'll make sure that Bertie earns enough coal for you.
Perhaps I could do some sketches of Bertie at work.
Oh, yes, there'll be plenty of time for sketching. And maybe we could have put some up at the ticket station and people could buy them. Yes.
Can you tell us the story about the monster in the garden?
The monster in the garden?
I'm afraid she has a vivid imagination.
No, it's okay. I have to be going. Yeah.
When should Bertie come to do her job?
No problem. No, it's no problem.
He looked to me like he'd seen a ghost.
He was very kind to let us keep the coal.
It's nice and warm now.
Yes, and while I was out, I checked the post box, and guess what?
You've decided to sketch it.
Don't be silly, Bertie. Though it's a very nice post box. I saw a robin perched on it the other day. It looked like a Christmas card.
Mother!
Perhaps it's a good idea. Perhaps I should sketch it or do a pastel.
Mother,
You said you checked the letterbox.
Yes, there is a letter from your father. Now, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Let's go to your bedroom and we will cuddle down and I will read it to you. Let's go, come along.
Mr. Ritzy! Mr. Ritzer! Mr.
I'm here.
I'm afraid you have to go. The family has come back to stay in the cabin.
But this end of the garden is a jungle. They never come down here.
I'll have to call the police.
No, please. My leg is nearly better now. I need a few more days. If you could post this letter for me, I might be able to leave very soon.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
I told you, I'm here on state business.
Well, we don't very much get involved with affairs of state around here. Mind you, there was that time when we opened the bridge across the track. It was a very cold day, and everybody was wearing their best uniforms. And even I almost got frostbite, even though I was slightly younger. And so, but then, you're cold. Okay, let's get you back. Oh, I almost forgot. I have some bread and cheese for you from my missus.
You're most kind.
Just stay away from the house, right?
come on, or we'll miss it.
But why? But that's on a bus and train.
It's a London train and that lady must be on it.
What lady?
The one who waves us.
Yeah, she's nice. But she's thinking very mad, waving at her every time she goes past.
I hope she will think that will help us to have her attention and then we can ask her for help. Now wave, just wave. Remember us, remember. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for waiting patiently for our wonderful railway services to deliver our guest speaker to us this afternoon. The London Literary Association is proud to welcome a woman who needs no introduction. Give a warm welcome to the best-selling author, Mrs. Edith Nesbit.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming to this little workshop on storytelling. Well, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, but perhaps you actually enjoy it. Can I ask, who enjoys waiting? Well, you know, for writers, waiting can be a wonderful opportunity. It's a time when we can look around and notice things and imagine what stories lie behind the people and events that we see. I often see some interesting events, and perhaps you'd like to help me now create a story around them. For example, I have seen 3 children waving at the train which I used to get into London very often. Now, who are they, these children? Can you help me to decide? I'm sure they'll make an excellent story. Suggestions, anyone? Perhaps I should think. Perhaps they are very poor. Perhaps they are hungry. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Very sad story. Perhaps they are good children, but their father is not so good. That reminds me. In the very same place where I saw the children waving, I also saw a man jump from a train. Could that be the father? You see where I'm going? Perhaps he is a very evil person. Or perhaps he's a very good person. What do you think? I will have to think about this, and perhaps you can think about it too, over a cup of coffee. I will see you anon.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Come on, we will miss it.
But it's on a bus and train. Come on, get it now.
But my shoe is coming off. Come on. Pick up a poster and hold it really, really high. Do you think she saw it? She won't be able to read that, will she? Oh, good grief, Kate! You were holding yours the wrong way up. You're as useless as they come.
I'm not useless. I'm not. It's not her fault.
Well, if it's not, we'll have to go tomorrow and the day after tomorrow until the woman sees us.
Oh, come on. It will be tea time soon.
Tea time. What will I give for a proper tea time? Ham sandwiches and cheese cones, fruit cake.
Yes, I don't know how much more of mother's soup I can take. Fruit cake would be lovely.
Mother, is Kate home?
I haven't seen her. You know, I can't make this vegetable soup taste right.
But where's Kate?
Go check in the bedroom. What's in the potato soup?
Potatoes. I also find a carrot and 2 small onions.
That's how you made it yesterday. And the day before.
But it wasn't very nice, was it? I do want to make it tastier.
She's not here.
Where could she be?
Perhaps she went to the station to see Mr. Donaldson. You know, he always gives her ginger biscuits. You know how she loves ginger biscuits?
He never gives me any, and she didn't go in that direction, so... Maybe...
What's that?
Well, that's not me. I'll go check.
Can I go with you?
I'll be fine.
Have you noticed a definite smell of spring in the air today?
But today is rainy.
Wow, spring rains are wonderful, full of the promise of summer. Don't you think so?
What's that? Dirty.
Don't just stand there. Do something with his head.
But he's unconscious.
Of course he's unconscious. I hit him over the head with a shovel.
With a shovel? Why?
That's all I could find.
I'll go and get the smelling salts. Though he has most interesting face, don't you think? Perhaps he would be better to sketch with his eyes open.
Mother!
Oh, yes, the smelling salts.
Where's Kate? Yeah, where's Kate?
I'm here, Gertie. He's nice man. I got lost and he brought me home.
And was it you tapping on the window?
I wanted to scare you.
Do you know his name?
Alexander, he makes really good soup.
Really good soup! Come on, wake up.
Lovely soup.
Come on, wake up.
Lovely soup.
Come on, wake up.
Lovely soup.
More day,
Come on, wake up.
Lovely
one
soup.
more day,
Come on, wake up.
marching
Lovely soup.
through the yard,
Come on, wake up.
marching
Lovely soup.
through the yard.
Come on, wake up.
When will I be free?
Come on, wake up.
Hey, you! Keep moving!
Come on, wake up.
Lovely soup.
Come on, wake up.
Lovely soup.
Ah, I say, are you the station master?
I am. Did you leave something on the train?
No. I'm interested in this area, and I'd like to know a little bit about the people who live here.
Well, I can tell you all you want to know. I've lived here most of my life. My father was a station master when it opened in 1871. And then...
Actually, I'm interested in the recent past.
Well, I took over from my father in 1895, and I had the honor of welcoming the Honorable Bertrand Fletcher at the opening of the railway bridge. And
I mean the very recent past.
very recent?
Yes. Perhaps somebody needs some help.
Help? So you got the message?
Yes, I suppose I did.
Ah.
And I want to help them.
Perhaps you mean...
Has the problem got something to do with horses?
You mean you don't know about... You don't look like someone from the Foreign Office?
Well, what makes you think I am?
Well, so you mean you're a Bolshevik? Oh, no, I'm not saying anymore. I'm not saying anymore. I didn't lose a son in the war to have the likes of you coming around here and causing trouble. Now go back to where you came
I
from.
have never been so insulted in all my life. I simply cannot ignore the cries of the little ones.
You mean you're not a Bolshevik?
Of course not, man. I only want to help the children.
Well, the children. Of course we need to help them. Otherwise they may be snatched away from their parents and taken to some collective farm, or worse, taken to a mine in Siberia.
Siberia?
Oh yes. I've heard plenty of stories.
Oh, do tell.
Wow, well, there was Tsar Nicholas. The Bolsheviks, they put he and his 5 children on a train car to Siberia without any food, not even pickles. Do you know, Tsar Nicholas had 5 enormous pickles every day and smoked no tobacco on the train. You know, he smoked 30 to 35 cigarettes every day.
The children?
Well, the children they were cold. They had no blankets. They couldn't start a fire. They said, of course you couldn't start a fire on the train car. The whole place would go up. Did you know last year there was a train in Belgium that was caught fire? Oh, it was dreadful. And the children, they had nothing to do. Okay, so all they could do was throw rocks into their sons, the little ones. Are you okay? Yes, okay.
Yes.
The head sat there. Of course, those train cars were wobbly, and they had to. Maybe they put the hat fairly close, and so then those are one of those details they have to surmise. And so,
Where are these children now?
well, Alexander said that the children.
Alexander, yes. Who is Alexander?
Alexander is here to get help against the Bolshevik. Yes, well, I can't stand here gossiping all day. Goodbye.
Mr. Donaldson! Mr. Donaldson! Look, it's the woman on the tree.
Oh, hello there. I understand that you need some kind of help.
Yes, we need someone to prove that our father is innocent.
Ah, I see. And who is your father?
Jeffrey Morgan. It was in all the papers.
Yes, I remember. Well, I'll do my best to help.
Are you a politician?
No.
Do you work in a Ministry of Home Affairs?
No. I'm a writer.
A writer? Good grief! What use is that?
Well, I do know some important people. Perhaps you can introduce me to your mother and we can understand things a little bit clearer.
Our mother is an artist and our current home is a bit, well, not very.
And we have a visitor, but he's a bit sick because last night Bertie hit him on the head.
What an exciting life you do lead!
And actually, Mr. Alexander needs help too. He's hiding from the Bolsheviks.
Alexander and the Bolsheviks. Right. Is it that way?
No, that way.
Mr. Rizzi! Mr. Rizzo!
Good evening.
Oh, I'm afraid you're in grave danger. There's some woman, she looks like a proper lady, but she's around here asking questions. I think she might be a Bolshevik. I think she... Oh, what happened to your head? Did she get you already?
I'm alright, don't worry. Is this woman, is she about this tall?
Yes.
In a fur coat?
Yes.
With a fur hat?
Yes. Oh, no, she's a Bolshevik. I'm sorry. I knew I should have come here sooner, but yeah.
She's a writer.
Yeah, who is?
The lady in a fur coat.
What? She did that to your head?
No, the Morgans did this.
The Morgans?
They're such nice people. They said I can stay in the shed as long as I like. And Mrs. Nesbit will help to make contact with someone in your government.
Well, how would she do that? Writing stories?
No. Well, she knows a lot of people who like stories, but she will make a happy ending for me.
Oh. Well,
I'm going to warm up some soup. Would you like some?
yes, that would be great. So, why did the Morgans do that to your head?
Oh, it's a long story.
Well, I like long stories.
A whole box of mince pies. But little kittens don't like mince pies, do they?
We do!
Anyway, Father Cat was just about to give up searching through the leftover food bags when out of the night sky came an incredible sight. A large golden sleigh full of perfect gifts for little kittens and driven by a large silver grey cat wearing a red hat and shiny black boots. Where are you heading? Father Cat called up to the sleigh. I'm taking gifts to your little kittens. Jump up and I'll give you a ride. You live in a big house in London, don't you?
No! Come on, Dad. Tell him that we live in a small cottage by the railway.
Come along, children. It's time to go to the station to meet Mrs. Nesbit and Mr. Rozak.
Can we invite Mr. Donaldson to tea as well?
We can try, but Christmas is a very busy time at the station. I'm not sure he will be able to come. come along.
Oh, hello. So, your train came in a little early. Would you like to come back to the station and wait for the Morgans?
No, it's a lovely day. We thought we'd walk today.
Okay, that's good.
Get it there now.
Merry Christmas!
Have you got good news for us?
Well, yes.
Come on, children, let Mrs. Nesbit catch her breath.
It's quite all right, Mrs. Morgan. I have got good news. The minister will be writing to Mr. Morgan this week to invite him back to work.
So your story has a happy ending, Father?
Yes, indeed, a very happy ending. Well, maybe not an ending, but certainly a happy middle.
And how about your story, Alexander?
My story. How do you think it is going to be, Mrs. Nesbit?
Well, I think you're going to have a fascinating life, visiting many interesting countries.
And Mr. Donaldson, how does his story go?
Oh, Mr. Donald.
I think I can tell my own story, thank you very much. So, 15 years ago, I started at the railway station, and I had a great time.
Mr. Donaldson, perhaps you would like to join us for tea, and you can tell your story while we are having it.
Okay, yes, that's And thank you to our director, Elizabeth. Woo!
Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope that next year we'll be able to do a longer, bigger production of Christmas.
Thank you.